Hey guys, welcome to B Sports Picks. So yesterday we went for a loss. So it's going to be 20 wins, 4 losses. That was an incredible run. I'm going to kind of start over again. I'm going to take some more time to look at some more stuff. It was great as it ran, 20-4 run. And these were all on the free plays. I'm going to give you a very strong parlay that I really like. It's going to go right back to the well, just like we've been doing with the over-unders and a parlay on another side. So it's going to be a 2-leg parlay. I'm going to give you the team that I like. You can take them if you want. I'm going to give you the contradictions so you can make your own decision there. But let's get right into it. If you've been missing out, make sure you go to the link in the description, click on where it says free plays. First thing I do is I go and I check the back-to-back to see which teams played yesterday. And if they're playing again and they're on a 2-leg stretch, meaning that they played yesterday and today, then that's where I kind of start the research. And there was 3 games yesterday. So there was 3 teams that played yesterday and they're playing today again. One of them is Chicago. They played against the Rockets, and Utah has a 1-day rest advantage. Denver played the Pelicans, and so now Dallas has a 1-day advantage. So again, Utah has a 1-day advantage, Brooklyn has a 1-day advantage, and Dallas has a 1-day advantage as far as the rest goes. Next thing I look at is the sharp plays inside the sharp edge. If you want access to this tool, go on the link in the description. Go where it says the sharp edge tool. It's 2 weeks for free. And right under the sharp edge, it tells you should be looking at the under 225. I never really look at this number because I always either buy it back to the opening line or I buy it up with a parlay. So right now I'm looking at the under for the Nuggets and the Dallas game. It gives you the reasoning right here. I'm not going to read that right now, but you can see it's decent right there. Also, it's saying Dallas. It gives you all the reasoning as far as why you should be looking at Dallas. And then there's also one other game that I really like on the under, so I'll talk about that one. So over here, the Bulls, they played yesterday. Utah is rested. Plus, they got a lot of injuries over here, and their point guard is missing. Also, Markkanen, if he doesn't play, it's going to be questionable. If he doesn't play, this line is going to go on the under for sure. So there's a lot of injuries here. And like I said, the Bulls are on a back-to-back. We look at the other side here, the different game. Like I mentioned, Denver played yesterday. Dallas is rested. But look at all these injuries. All crazy over here. And then the big one is that Jokic is out as well. So back-to-back, and they're missing their star player right there. Now, if we look at this other tool called the line move tool, it just tells you where the lines are going. So you can see right here, the Mavericks started at a plus 2.5. They're currently at a minus 1.5 or a -1. So that's a 3-point line move. Also, the Nuggets started at a 230. They're currently down to a 225. And then the other one I was looking at is the Bulls. You can see they started at a 247. They're all the way down to 241. That's a 6-point line move. Now, if we go through these projections very quickly, you can see the Mavericks are supposed to win by 1. The Bulls are supposed to win by 6. Look at the total. It's 244 or 246. And then this total right here, it's 225. And I think, like I said, the line started like at 227. I'll get into those numbers, but these are the teams that I like. I like the Mavericks. And then I like the unders on these games. So I'm going to explain that a little bit better real quick. All right. So like I mentioned, the projections are 225 is the total. You can see the opening started at a 230. It went all the way to 225. And also a big thing is that 87% of the bets, 89% of the money is coming in on the over, yet the line is going down 5 points. The one thing I don't like about this is that the trends do show that the Denver Nuggets have gone 67% on the over in their last 28 games. But like I mentioned, they didn't have all those injuries, and they're not counting for the fact that they're on a back-to-back. So the line and the smart money is going down, even though all the public is going on the over. Now, before I give you the next play, and then I'm going to give you the exact slip that I like, look at all the plays that we have for today. These are all the props for NBA. So these are all player props for points, rebounds, and assists. And then these are I'm going to give you this one today. And then this one is actually also part of VIP. So if you guys want access to this, go to the link in the description where it says VIP. You can check us out for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. Now for the Bulls and the Jazz game, you can see the total right there. Yeah, the projected score is 246. Now, again, we start over here. And the line actually started at 247. It went all the way down to 243. So that's a 5-point line move. And you can see the percentage of the bets and the percentage of the money is split. So why is this money? This is the way you got to look at it. If half of the money is coming in on one side on the over and the other half is coming on the under, why is this line moving all the way down dramatically like that? Also, a very big thing here is that the Bulls have gone on the under 85% of the time in their last 14 games. That's 12 for 2 in the last 14 to go on the under. I do like the Mavericks to win this game. I'm not going to touch the Mavericks, though. I'll just give you the under, which is a parlay, and I'll tell you exactly how I'm playing it. Also, another quick note is that the Bulls are missing Kobe White. They're missing Zach Collins. And then the kicker is that they have gone on the under, like I said, 12 out of the last 14. Now I'm going to give you the slip, but very quickly I wanted to show you this. This is just points, rebounds, and assists. These are very strong players that have been hitting their numbers. So I'm not going to go through each one of these. If you want to take a screenshot, you'll see these guys. For example, Nurkic has hit this line of 28.5, 7 straight games in a row. You could take a screenshot or pause the video and come back. Same thing with these shots on goal. For example, Jack Quinn up here, he's hit this line 5 straight times, and so on. All right, guys, so here's the play. It's going to be the only thing that's questionable, like I mentioned, is that the Nuggets have gone on the over, but they've gone on the over a lot, like a 67% hit rate. But again, they're back-to-back. They're missing Jokic, and you saw all the injuries. So we're taking the Bulls and the Jazz on for that game for under 256.5. And then we're taking the Nuggets and the Mavericks on the under 238.5. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so. Check out the free picks. Also check out the VIP in the link in the description. I really appreciate you guys getting us over 3,200 subscribers. Let's get to 4,000. Thank you so much. Let's have a great day.